Good morning, class. Today we will take up the topic solid waste management. But before we actually start the concept of solid waste management, we must understand what exactly is solid waste. As we all know, waste simply refers to garbage, that is anything that has been discarded away because it is no longer of any use to us. Therefore, solid waste simply means any waste or unwanted material that is usually in a solid state. Solid waste is generated in huge numbers on a day-to-day basis. If we talk of our homes, garbage or waste is produced daily, and some of the examples include kitchen waste, that is to say, leftover food items, stale food, peels of vegetables, strained tea leaves, etc. However, other than the kitchen waste, old stuff such as old furniture, broken toys, unused or discarded batteries, home appliances that do not work anymore, empty cans, cables, wires, switchboards, glass and plastic bottles, containers, even cloth is also a waste that is produced generally from households. So that was the concept of solid waste. Now we understand what are the sources of solid waste, that is from where the waste is generated. As discussed earlier, one of the sources of waste generation is our homes or households. However, other than the waste that is generated from our homes, there are other sources of solid waste generation, that is industries. As we all know, a large number of waste results, which is a byproduct of the industrialization processes. It is also generated in huge quantities. However, what is unfortunate about industrial waste is that much of it is dumped or discharged directly into rivers, and this is polluting the rivers to a great extent. All the more, it is quite harmful as it contains toxic chemicals such as lead, mercury, zinc, chromium, cadmium, etc. So it amounts to air pollution as well, and obviously it pollutes the rivers. However, there is one more source of solid waste that is termed as hospital waste or biomedical waste. Now, this waste generally is a result of a diagnosis or treatment of patients in hospitals, clinics, dispensaries, etc. And it includes stuff like discarded blood, human tissues, syringes, medicines, syrups, equipments that are used in surgery, such as knives, etc., bandage, cotton wool, etc. However, biomedical waste is highly infectious and it may put the lives of many at risk. So these were the sources of solid waste. Now we understand the effects of solid waste. As we all know that waste has an adverse impact on environment and human health. So, first is that it pollutes our surroundings. It hampers the natural beauty of the environment. Not only this, it creates a foul smell. Other than this, solid waste results in water pollution. As said earlier, it is being dumped directly into rivers and it is polluting our rivers. Not only it is polluting the rivers, but it is also a source of contamination of groundwater and seas. Many a times the discarded materials react with heat and moisture, resulting in emission of greenhouse gases, which result in global warming. Other than that, solid waste affects human health adversely as it is the leading cause of the spread of diseases like malaria, dengue, plague, etc. So these were some of the effects of solid waste. Now we come to solid waste management. Broadly speaking, solid waste management could be understood as a way of effectively dealing or handling of solid waste so that it causes least harm to human beings as well as environment. Solid waste management involves a series of steps which are as follows. The first step is waste generation. It is very important to identify waste. Unless waste is being identified and generated, it cannot be managed in an effective manner. Once waste has been identified or generated, the next step in solid waste management is waste collection and is waste collection. Now, waste collection could be understood as the process which involves collecting waste from various sources. You must have seen large bins located at a few distance from your locality. And what we do is we usually dump our household waste in such dustbins which are installed at a near distance from our localities. So that is from there the waste is collected uh, from the municipal corporation people. They come and collect the waste from different localities. Once waste has been collected, next step is waste transfer and transport. The waste which has been collected from different localities and other sources is now transported to a common site, which could be understood as a large dumping ground. So that is what waste transfer and transportation is all about. It is usually done with the help of large equipments and vehicles. Now, when the waste has been transported to a common site, the next step is waste processing and recovery. This is a very crucial step in solid waste management. Waste processing means segregating the waste into two categories, that is biodegradable waste versus non-biodegradable waste. It needs to be segregated because the treatment of biodegradable waste is different than non-biodegradable waste. So waste processing means segregation of waste. Once the waste has been segregated into biodegradable versus non-biodegradable waste, the next and the final step is waste disposal. Now, waste disposal simply means using some techniques for management of solid waste. As said earlier, biodegradable waste is treated in a different manner. Usually, it is either decomposed or put in landfills. However, it is sometimes also put in large furnaces so that it can be burned. However, non-biodegradable waste is treated in a different manner. It is usually recycled in recycling plants or units. So this is how waste is being managed. So that was the topic for today. Thank you.